Go for it.
I think so. It should here in a minute.
We are live.
Waiting for Dirty D's. Are we live? So first of all, I want to open it up to Miss Mary the Geared Raven. Mary, you and I talked a while about hashtag support and hashtag support MVC, and you had the brilliant idea because you are so well versed compared to, I would say, a lot of people's knowledge in Instagram hashtags, how to look things up, how people are connecting through that stuff. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but anyway, I think what caught my attention, the reason I'm here in the first place is because of hashtag support, which you started, Tom. But and that led me to a couple of people in the motovlogging community, and from there, from their pages, I kept seeing more and more people, and so that was awesome. But then I got to looking up hashtag support on YouTube and on Instagram, and of course, you get everything but the motovlogging community. So I thought, okay, how can we narrow that down to connect people better, to help other moto vloggers find us better? So I started thinking of different things we could add to the end of hashtag support. And there was a few things that I keyed in that didn't work. But when I did the MVC, there was nothing. Literally, there was nothing out there. So I thought this is going to be awesome because we can start from scratch. It'll connect everybody in the community. So I ran it by you, and then, of course, posted, I think I said something about it in the last live chat, and then posted some stuff on Instagram about it. And it is blowing up. I just checked it today, and we have over 500 posts under that hashtag on Instagram right now. So
Awesome. Well done.
I'm very excited about that. Yeah. And I'm finding new people. I don't know if you guys go and on Instagram and key that in and check that. I check it regularly. And I'm finding new people. I find some of our regulars that use it, like Kiwi Riders. I had like a list, but Dad and Matt are using it, and they're fairly new. There's some new faces that I've seen on there. Rusty Moto is one that I found through doing that search on Instagram. And then there's new people that I've never even heard of. I just looked earlier. I just want to name just a few and see if you guys know any of them. I wrote them down. 209 Moto. Captain Granite, Midlands Rider, Chief Gomez, Beta Bordeaux, and Bry the Biker are just a few that I noticed on there earlier that I don't really know these guys, but they are in the moto vlogging community now. And so y'all check that out when you get a chance.
Yeah. Are we sophomores and those are the freshmen?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, some of them may have been on here for a while. And I just don't know.
I'm still a freshman.
One of the first pieces of mail that I ever received was from 209 Moto. So that's really cool. You mentioned his name.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I think I've heard of Midland Rider.
That's awesome.
Captain Granite, I've been following for a while.
Okay.
Nice.
Because of the New Hampshire connection, because I used to live in New Hampshire.
Very cool. Okay. So yeah, those are, like I said, those are just a few. And if you go on that hashtag on Instagram, you're going to see tons of posts there. If you look it up on YouTube, you're going to see some posts there. People are starting to use it on there. I know Landshark is one that really, really uses it on YouTube. I see a lot of his videos under that hashtag.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And I thought it was brilliant. And, Mary, you're more well-versed than I ever have been so far in hashtag and the use of it and the power of it. So really the power of it for a lot of people who don't know, I mean, talk to us about how you can use that. When you click on it, what pops up? Do you see a list of people's names or why is it to people's benefit to put that hashtag on their Instagram post or YouTube post?
Okay, so the benefit of it, obviously, when you do like just the hashtag support MVC, you can go and discover new people through that. Also, if you add like hashtag motorcycle to your motorcycle related post or hashtag whatever kind of motorcycle you ride, people are searching those things. They want to see things that relate to them, basically. So if they key that in and they start seeing your name over and over and over, of course, that's going to get you more subscribers. And you can do that the same way if you're interested in something particular that, maybe you want to search something that you're interested in, but you don't know where to go. You can, like I think Rocket even mentioned this in his video earlier, key in those hashtags, look that stuff up, and you're going to find that stuff.
You know what? I wasn't following this until just now, and I just clicked on follow, and I'm scrolling through the names in here, and this is for me. This is exactly where I want to be. So yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it has really taken off. I'm excited about it because I feel like it's linking moto vloggers more and more every day because people are really starting to pick up on it and use it and add it to their motorcycle related posts and their videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic. And, you know, we've talked about 2019 being a year of change, being a year of taking stuff to the next level. And this really is taking it to the next level because now if you click on hashtag support, you don't get things for all these charities and, you know, stuff we're not even involved in. That MVC piece is specifically for motovlogger community. And that's why I love it so much. It's awesome.
I love
and I'll tell you something else I do that might help some people, and I'll be real quick because I know we want to move through this really, really fast. But in my notes on my phone, I actually have hashtags for each thing that I post. Like if I'm posting motorcycle related stuff, I have a whole list of hashtags. So when I post that picture, I go over to my notes, copy and paste, and add that to it. I don't have to sit there and type them out every time.
I do the same thing. Yeah, we're all saying the same thing here. Yeah, I mean, that is so helpful to have that available to you when you need it. And then make sure you change it up when you need to.
Rocket Rider 510. I would like you to talk a little bit about hashtag the family. That is a community that you started a while back. And I know you took a little break and came back, and it seems like there are still people involved in it. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Excuse me, but yeah, I mean, there ain't too many people involved in it anymore. It was at one point.
Sorry, are you asking me?
No. This one's for Rocket Rider 510.
Yeah, right now it's a couple few core members still that we just kind of do that thing because it's just kind of us. But at one point there was quite a few people. It was similar to this hashtag Supportmvc thing. It was a bunch of us that used to be in a hangout like every week, all the time. Like it was a long time after a while. And then so at one point we sit around, we're thinking, you know, we're like this is like family. We're like family at that point. And so that's where that came up. And then we just started kind of hashtagging it on Instagram and. You know, because at that point, even then, everybody wasn't moto vloggers. It probably was only a few moto vloggers. So that's part of it. Why you don't see or you see me saying it's not many people necessarily repping it like that, because it was only a handful of us that actually made videos. It was just a lot of riders and a lot of subscribers, and you know what I mean?
Right. And then there's this other one. There's another one called Up and Coming Moto Vloggers that I came across on Facebook. Right around the time that I was starting up and just kind of poking around and trying to figure out who's who and what's what. I was talking to Rusty Moto, who was a core guy who started off up and coming moto vloggers back in the day. And I think that Facebook page now, I think might have 80, 90 members. But that's another one. So there are a lot of communities out there, guys. If you find any communities, share them and tag it with hashtag Supportmvc, because, you know, like Mary's saying, gosh, this is something that can really bring everybody together. Like you sometimes say, a rising tide lifts all ships. You know, we can all grow this thing together. Cool. All right. I'm going to get ready to jump over into the next subject, the next topic. But let me do a real quick little shout out and read some of these comments. If you guys will bear with me for a sec. We've also got who joined us, 2 ATVs in our life. Hello. Smitty Independent. Freedom. Very cool, from Australia. We have 2 ATVs in our life. Oh, JT says, Rocket Rider is the professor.
I don't know about all that.
Silver Tim says, yo, Rocket. 2 ATVs in our life. Hello, Smitty Independent. I keep forgetting to hashtag my shit. Oh, okay. Hashtag your shit, man. Who else? Randy's Rides. Yeah. Randy's Rides says, we sure are. And man, you exploded off the charts. I've never met you cool folk if it wasn't for our initiative. I love the way he puts that. It's an initiative. It really is. It's people who are creators. You know, I think about creators, I think about artists. And Rocket, I think about something you said, which is don't let the artist get in the way of the art. And sometimes we get into our own head. And artists, guys, if you think about the best artists in the world, the Picassos, the Van Goghs, people thought they were crazy. And I think sometimes they thought they were crazy. And a lot of these guys are probably a little emotionally unstable sometimes.
Right.
And that's what it is to be a creator sometimes too, man. So we need this initiative, like we say. Cool, man.
No, that's true. And it's the support thing too, though. What I learned, well, I don't know. It's a lot of people beginning. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, right? The number won't suggest that necessarily. But over time, you can feel like you're in a bubble or you're in a vacuum when you make these videos, right? Because if you don't necessarily reach out like to a community, or if you're not that active, you're only making your videos. You film your video by yourself, you edit by yourself, right? You put it on the channel, you promote, you do all these things by yourself. And those comments, that's not necessarily feedback, right? Most people are great video or whatever. You're not really getting true constructive criticism, right? And then you're also not being around, you need to be around people who start feeling your pain. They understand these struggles that we have. There's just only a content creator can understand. And so that's the biggest part, I believe, is support. And as you guys do it longer and longer, you'll see what I mean. There's a lot of things about this that can drive you fucking nuts. You know what I mean? To where you're like, you know, and then it's like when you talk, when you hear somebody else go through that same thing, you're like, oh, I thought that was just me. And because other people don't understand this, dude. They're like, they'll think you're nuts for this YouTube shit. It's not, you know.
That's very true, man.
Yeah,
100% agree with that. And also adding to that, man, is the community will also help you drive yourself, help you improve yourself. And that's one thing that I really enjoy about the people that I connect with, the other creators that I connect with, lifting us up, as you said earlier, Tom. You know, it's a great feeling to put out video after video that just keeps getting better and better each time.
So growing subs beyond the creator circle. I'm going to pick on Joe a little bit on this one, because Joe, I think you've been in the game for a while. You've had tremendous success, and it continues. But I think a lot of people in their first year or so, it's a lot of subs that are fellow creators, because we're all trying to connect and learn from each other and things like that. How did you kind of start noticing that you were attracting more people who didn't have a channel? And what do you think was the catalyst to that?
I really look at this and focus on 4 things. Well, 3 things, and then later on the 4th one. And one of the most important ones is authenticity. Do you. When you do your videos, when you put everything together, don't try to be somebody else. Try to be yourself, because that will really show in all of your videos. 100% authenticity is pretty important. Also, try and be as creative as you can. Challenge yourself with each video. Find the people that will challenge you and make you grow, hold you accountable. And that connects back, that goes back to the community that we were just talking about. Utilizing everybody within your community to really help you become more creative. And what I get out of it most, focus on the community. Focus on doing right by your community. Don't try and do something that doesn't fit in with what you've been doing. Once you find something that is you and that is authentic, keep doing that and keep being honest to the community that's growing. And then one thing that I realized pretty recently, probably around January, when we started planning for the Midwest Moto Meetup, is generosity. Generosity is so important, not only with just your time, but also the finances, right? So the Midwest Moto Meetup is going to bring us all together as a community, not just content creators, but everybody who wants to be involved in the Midwest Moto Meetup. So being generous with getting everybody together with that, but also your time. If somebody reaches out to you and says, hey man, I need a little bit of help here, can you help me? Like if it's just something about a mod, if somebody reaches out to you on Instagram or in the comment section, really reach out your time and really explain something deeper or further that they want to know about. Just that little bit goes a long way, and a lot of people appreciate that. So be generous. Those are the 4 things that I've really focused on, and I think that's helped my channel grow and continue to grow. I mean, it all sounds like warm fuzzies, but honestly, those are the 4 things that I really focus on that I think has helped my channel grow.
And that's so true. And I read a couple of comments out here also. People are giving some great advice and words of wisdom. Randy says, create content that you want to watch. So can you share with us, like, what do you think was a video that might have put you over, a technique that you came across and you said, I need to keep doing that?
Well, every night, you know, I spend a lot of time at YouTube. So like, I mean, so I make my videos, I create the videos, and I post the videos, and I take a lot of time to connect with other people. So like I'll watch a video and then I'll go to the comments and I'll see people, and I'll find a comment that I like and I'll go to that person's channel, and or we'll get into a conversation. And so I mean, I could spend 2 or 3 hours every night just meeting new people through comments. and through that my channel will grow. So it's just meeting new people, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or Twitter.
That's
So
awesome.
I spend a lot of time just meeting people.
Okay, just like the connecting piece.
Yeah.
I want to read a comment here from being here now with Percy. Part of the attraction with Joe's channel is that he comes across as being sincere about wanting to build a community, and that he's personally invested in delivering meaningful stuff to people. I really like that.
Thanks for saying that, Percy.
Says, tell the truth, I'm selling key tags. so
Well,
you know what?
Percy says
a lot of my success comes to those key tags that I've been throwing out like glitter. But so yeah, I give out these key tags. So I give a lot of that success to the key tags, and a lot of those key tags end up in a lot of those videos that you guys are all posting. So when you're looking down at your gas tank, you're looking at my name there.
Yeah, marketing. I was gonna say is amazing.
I want to get back to what Percy was saying. Thanks for the compliment, but honestly, like if you're not in this without the focus of community, if you're focused on money or anything else, like you're in it for the wrong reason. It's about the community, man. Seriously. And that's all that success, all the numbers, all that will come. Just focus on the community. And that's truly what it's about. And that's where I get the passion from.
Yeah, because that's how you build.
Exactly.
I couldn't agree more with that. I am all about community, and I think, you support people, they're going to support you back. And I don't do it just to get that support back. I do it because I genuinely love it, and I love the Moto community. I can't say enough about how much they welcome me in. So when I see new people, I try and do the same thing. So, yep.
Absolutely. And Joe, how long have you been at it, Joe?
19 months now, just a little over 19 months.
I thought you were going to say 19 years. I'm like,
one thing about Percy reached out to me before he started his channel, and that's kind of getting back to that being generous with your time. He reached out to me and asked me for some advice on how I kind of started things up. He saw some similarities between my channel and his, and he emailed me, and it was fun for me to connect with somebody who had the same niche as me, the same style as me, and to like watch his style grow and watch his channel grow. So that's a great example of being generous with your time as well.
Awesome. Love it. Cool. All right. So guys, you heard it straight from the guys who are making it happen. Been in the game for 19 years, 19 months. We're talking about authenticity, creativity, focus on community, generosity. I mean, Joe, you nailed it, man. And I thank you so much for bringing that. If you guys want to go ahead and move on to the next, we can do that. Good. Free Rider says, Dirty D's, say penis. Well, there you go, buddy.
Couldn't say it better myself.
Well done.
Expose yourself. Yeah. Iron Cross, expose yourself on YouTube. Wait a minute. That could get somebody in trouble. I think that's what
really quickly.
That really did. We're going to de-escalate this thing. Right. Christopher David Lawson. Hey, buddy. Your channel has to be you and your travels on this place called Earth. Yes, it is. Man, you guys are having some amazing chats out there in the side chat. They really are. Everybody connecting, people, getting ideas on who to check out next. It's fantastic. Let me move on to the next real quick. I want to throw this one out to Wiggs. Wiggsley Two Wheels. What's happening, man?
All right, so I thought about this.
Yeah, talk to us, man. Talk to us, because you've got some pretty creative stuff, and we've also got other people out here in the chat, like Randy's Ride's one of the most creative guys I've ever seen out here doing it. We've got Rocket Rider 510. His editing and the shots he gets, the color and the music of his videos is amazing. But Wigsley, talk to us a little bit about your thoughts.
So I have a couple notes here, and what I want to start with is that I think that when you're creating video by yourself, you're the whole TV station, right? You have to write it and produce it and come up with it and visualize it and shoot it and edit it and put it out there, market it. So there's technical creativity, and then there's content creativity. And technical is like every time I do a video, I try to maybe I'll do one thing different with my camera, or maybe I'll do one thing that I haven't done editing, or something that I tried and I want to try it again but make it better. And those little incremental steps, before you know it, if you just stay consistent and keep creating, You'll look back. I recently looked back on my first video, and I think we can all agree that, ick after some time. Your first stuff's your worst stuff. And those little incremental changes have made a big difference over a very short amount of time for me. I'm still under a year, and I can't believe the difference. Now, as far as content creativity, there's two ways that I find that work for me. If I'm going out by myself, I come up with an idea, and I've even tried doing like a theme for a whole month, or this week's videos are kind of about this. And I find that like having a little bit of an outline helps me. And what I really like is recently I made all my friends get communicators for their helmets. And I don't know if you guys have dual vlogged. It's so much easier. The pressure's like totally off. And I find that just other than that, organization and collaborate. Collaborating with my buddies on the Sennas, collaborating with you guys, it makes me better. It makes me think on my toes and react in time.
I love that, man. I love it. So talk to us a little bit then about the dual vlogs, because I know some of us have tried it. I know I have, man. I can't quite get the technology right, but it is very creative. And you're right. I hear some great conversations, some funny stuff on dual vlogs. What are you using, Wiggs?
I'm really interested in this because a dual vlog, I've never done this before. So and he just said it was easier. I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Okay, so the trick that I found, and obviously, like any of you would do, I went to YouTube and I went to the guys I watch whose stuff sounds good and saw, do they have a video for dual vlog helmet setup? And I found a few different things. What I'm doing and what seems to be working, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys have seen some of my more recent videos. We've been doing that. I think it sounds pretty good. I'd like to adjust a little. I'm using a Y splitter out of the GoPro adapter and two microphones, one at the cheek pad for my voice and one directly on the Senna speaker.
Wow.
Really? Okay.
That's it.
Wow. It has to be the right Y splitter. And if you guys would like, it's not a detailed install, but I have like a my setup, and here's all the things with links in the video description if you guys want to go on my channel.
I'll definitely do that.
That Y splitter and that brand of microphone, which I have to say I use the purple Panda and I've loved it. They're not the sturdiest. I've gone through a couple, but I think they sound good.
Well, there we have it, guys.
Y splitter and two mics.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Who would have thought? Okay, so that easy. It seems kind of, rudimentary just to stick a microphone onto your speaker in your ear, but yeah, it works. Okay, yeah, cool.
It gives the
I think GoPro would just figure it out.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Very cool, man. Very cool. All right. So are you really creating though? Joe, you recently did a video on this. I think it might have been your last video. And of course I watched it to the end, man. And at the end you're saying, do something new with your videos, try something, get experimental, make some mistakes. What type of things have you been trying that are new, and what brought you to that point where you said, you know what, I'm going to start branching out?
Honestly, it was the community. I was influenced by my buds. I was influenced by the group around me who's creating around me. And I looked at them like, man, I need to step up my game. And not only did I think that, but I used the advice of each one of them. I reach out to them and I say, hey man, what are you guys doing? And I'm talking about Tony Cox, I'm talking about D-Cycle, and I'm talking about all my buds, and Beach Biker, all those guys that I've really connected with on a deeper level have risen the bar for me and challenged me. So I thought putting that in a video, and honestly, I mean, you saw me do some of those challenging editing techniques, the masking with talking to myself and changing clothes by doing the clap.
Yeah.
In some upcoming videos, I'm going to do some title masking. So I don't remember who else said it on here, but yeah, taking yourself to the next level with each video and trying something new in every video is how you're going to challenge yourself and how you're going to grow as a creator. So yeah, we are definitely creating.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rocket, you're pretty creative, man, with the edits and the shots. Something that impresses me a lot of times about your videos, though, is the color, right? Like in one of your last videos, I don't know where you found these painted trees, but you started like doing these close-ups and these away shots, and like you'll do a shot close up to a tree, but you're like walking from far away, coming right in where the tree splits, and all this crazy stuff, man. Like, how do you get these ideas? Where does this come from?
I don't know. Honestly, to me, I say it's from the photography background. That's where I started off in photography before moto vlogs. That's what I was doing, right? And so something I watched one day, I saw some short film, and that's when it clicked. Like I'm watching the film or some movie too. I think it was a movie, but it's the cinematic parts, and I'm looking like I'm starting to see this shit. Like, hey, I know what that is. He shot that with this. He has a light here. I'm dissecting the scene by just looking at it, right? And I'm realizing, hey, I could do cinema. Because it was basically photography. You just went to video. The way you frame it, and a lot of the stuff is the same stuff, you know. So I think that's where some of it comes in, and it's just going out there, and that's all the B-roll. That's the fun part. That's actually what I like about it. I like going to try to get B-roll of whatever location, or like that one. I ride by that place all the time, and they must have recently painted those trees. I never noticed that, and that's what caught my eye. I was like, what the hell? And so I was like, I'm gonna go back and vlog right there, you know. And then I just use the color. You basically kind of using the color as the subject, right?
Yeah.
And so that's really what that was. But and so I want to add to that on the content, on the subject of creating. That's what I'm liking about these vlogs is that to me, I feel I have to create them. Period. Like I come up with a topic. I have to have a topic, and that's my A-roll, which will still be like your moto vlog, right? Whatever you was doing on the bike. It's just I'm adding other shots, right? And usually those shots is just kind of showing my location and showing where I am and little details on that location. And so the fun part is that, again, you see a video that's all finished or it's looking like it's just telling the story nicely. Oh, he jumped on here and he went to here and he went. Well, usually I had to get all this B-roll, or there's times where I screwed up and I didn't get B-roll at the end. There's times I didn't get A-roll. On that Northern Comfort video, that whole video was B-roll. I've screwed up and never vlogged in the whole thing. And so that's where later when I went to work, I did a spot in the park, and that was the A-roll for it. And then I basically summed all the B-roll up. But that's the fun part for me is that you actually have to create it. You have to create that video. It's like cooking. I get a bunch of ingredients and then put it together and make a dish. While to me, a moto vlog is just chopping up a video, right? A regular, just, you know, the old school regular moto vlog. You're just cutting out what you had to say. So that's where I feel I'm creating when I'm making vlogs.
Right on. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I mean, getting creative to me, I watch a lot of people. I like to watch great creators. I like to watch true creators. Creative people are not just in moto vlogs. We can find them in, you know, travel channels. People who have travel channels on YouTube. They get real creative with their shot selection and things too. I think that you can get inspired just about anywhere. I was traveling last week for work. We went into this Mexican restaurant. It was amazing. The colors they had in there, the art they had in there, like the weird graffiti they had in there. And I was thinking, man, this would be a great place just to shoot some B-roll, right? Yeah. So if you go to one of those awesome places in your city and you think, man, this belongs in one of my videos, well, go ride your motorcycle out there and take some video and make it a part of your thing, you know?
Exactly. Well, and to add to that, that's what made me, I got hooked on this vlogging thing. Like you already know, I started off motor vlogging, but vlogging was more just what you're saying. Like I got my camera bag with me at all times. So it's a lot of times, yeah, I see a location. Oh, that's nice right there. And that's the point of the topics and all that stuff. Like I was talking about today, having at least a little list of at least 5 or 6 that you can just pull out the hat and being able to find a nice, is really just having a location, right? And then going to shoot that location and doing a quick little vlog. A lot of this I'm doing is all quick run and gun. And I'm coming home and I'm editing them fast. And that's the point to this schedule because it forced me to, right? It made me create and get that content out. And I'm a procrastinator, so that's even worse. A lot of these videos are big before the upload. So
man, there's a lot of truth in that too, because being a part of this Fox P2 Moto Vlogger Championship, if you guys haven't seen it, go check out Fox P2. He's got the only game show on YouTube that I know of, right? It's really there's like some sketches going on and stuff. But the challenges are, you know, you have 60 seconds to do this video, or you have 1:30 to do this video. So you kind of have to run out with your phone, snap that video, edit it on iMovie real quick, and then get get it in for that week's episode.
I know how difficult a 1 minute video is.
Yes, yes, me too. I've tried that on Instagram on my stories.
Yeah.
It's hard to put out a 1 minute video for everything that you got to do.
Mhm.
That's right. Hey, I just want to go real quick into the side chat while we move on to our next one. Can you believe we're already almost 40 minutes in? So we're going to go moving through here a little bit. I want to say that we also have the 333, very creative, Free Rider 1958, Andrew from Touring Midwest, and Quick Shift 636 puts the foxes in there. Andrew from Touring Midwest, I'm going to talk later on about something that he and Skid Pig, Stevie TV, J Mac, and Knuckles TV, and I believe also Brando is a part of that. But they've got something called the Brat Town Crew, and they do something on Friday nights where they run their videos consecutively. It's awesome. So many people. What's up?
You in here? Adrenaline Rocks. It's ROX, Nana Grace, and Wind and Wrenches. Hey guys.
All right, what's up?
I must have heard of any of them, but say hello.
Let's talk about it. I've seen some comments, people asking about, hey, how is it that you're using copyrighted music? So for me, if I may just kind of tell you how I do it, and then I'd love to get your opinions as well and your thoughts on this. There's a way in YouTube that you can look up the copyright of any song whatsoever, and I'm going to put it up here in just a minute. Hopefully you guys can follow along with me here on this screen. And all music is going to be copyrighted, but some of it is free use music. And so that free use music, I believe what happens, and this is from following Roll Tide 530, who mentioned this, once he hit 1,000 subs, some of that music that he was using, it triggered some ads to pop up in his stuff because he used some music in the past. I'll give you an example, okay? So let's say that I use a song from, I don't know, let's say I find a song from ZZ Top, and I look it up in YouTube, and it says it's free to use this. So I use it, I put it in my video, everything's good. When I hit 1,000 subs or I get monetized, now bang, I find that those same videos are now sparking off ads throughout my video. So that's the choice we make as creators. You can use some great music, yes, but once you get to a certain point, if you're monetized, then your viewers will see videos. They will see commercials on there sometimes. So, yeah. Another way that you could do it, you can make your own music. I know we've got guys like Tham's World. He makes his own music, and he's got a website, Tham's World. You guys can check that out. He's got music on there for anybody to use, which is really cool. There are some videos, there are some channels on YouTube that will give you free use music, and they're just playing this music all throughout the day, right? So
See, I get a lot of my music from NCS on YouTube.
NCS.
No copyright sound on YouTube. So I just rip it right from YouTube, and they got hundreds of thousands. They got millions of subscribers. It's just a big thing, and I'm so guilty of using the same track over and over. So I actually got a comment. Somebody's like, "Can you maybe switch that up?" I'm like, "So yeah, okay, maybe I'll find something new." And I got to get a little bit on the game here, but so NCS, I mean, that's where I get some of my music from.
Okay.
I do a really similar thing. If you go to YouTube and type in royalty-free music, there are videos that are compilations of a songwriter who's creating free use music, and it's just 5 of their tracks. And the same thing, I just rip it off YouTube and drop it in the video editor, separate the audio file, cut the video, and put it under my stuff. And I find when doing any video to music, especially if it's like B-roll where there's going to be no audio from the video, put the music in first. Edit to the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. So when you're talking about ripping it from YouTube, are you using a program like 4K?
I use an app because I do everything on an iPad. It's called My Media, and it's essentially a browser that it's 2 steps. I use My Media, and then within the search bar there, I go to Save from Net. If you type Save from Net into Google, it's the first thing. It's a YouTube ripping site. You just find the video you want. You copy the share link over to the app. It rips it down for you, and then you can save it to, for me, it's my camera roll. I'm assuming there's a PC version. There's lots of YouTube videos that show you how to do exactly that.
Okay, cool. Very cool. let me show you guys something. I think I can get it on this side. Let me see. Can you guys see this screen okay?
That's kind of
Blown out a bit.
Kind of?
Yeah.
A little blown out? Okay. Okay. Well, let me just kind of show you what I do. If I go to my Creator Studio, and you guys know that I don't show my sub count. You might be able to see my sub count if I go to the Creator Studio. It's no big secret, but it's only 10,000 subs. Just kidding. If you go to Creator Studio, and this might take a little while to do. But anyway,
can you switch to dark mode so it's easier to see?
I probably could, buddy. Let me see if I can. Why don't I just move the camera? Might be able to see that a little bit better.
It's a little better.
A little better. I'm just going to kind of show you for anybody who doesn't know. If I go to, for example, let me go to Studio Creator Classic. I'm just going to hit skip there. Once I get to Studio Creator Classic, I'm going to create the Create tab. And then when you hit Create, you're going to come up with this audio library. But here's what some people don't know is that if there's a link up here that says have different music in your video, check its copyright policies. So I click that. And now here in music, you can type in the name of any song or any artist, and it's going to tell you in the drop down if you can use it in your videos or not. Now, I'll give you a word of warning. There's some music you can use only in certain countries, and it's banned in other countries. So I did a video once, and the song that I used was that Pulp Fiction song. It was banned in Canada only. So everybody could see it except for my friends in Canada. So that kind of sucked. And it banned the entire video. So if I go in here and I go to search.
Does that ban the video to Canadians only?
Yep.
Really?
Okay. Yep. It sucked. So if I go here to search music and I type in, for example, Pulp Fiction, and you know what? I'll also maybe I'll do a video on this as well, just so it's easier. But you guys kind of know, you can understand where I'm coming from here, and you know which areas I'm using. So I hit Pulp Fiction. I hit search, and we'll see if anything pops up. Well, it comes up with a bunch of songs that were probably on the Pulp Fiction soundtrack. So here's one, for example, from Chuck Berry. If I click down on that, it says this song is not available for use in YouTube. If I went to, let's see, there's Bullwinkle Part 2. It's blocked in 254 countries. But if I go to, for example, Satriani, and I know it's really hard for you guys to see that, but you get what I'm going at.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so here's what you do. You go onto YouTube, you look up that video, you copy the web address from that video, and you go into a program. This is one that Iron Cross Racing turned me on to. It's called 4K Video to MP3. That program, 4K Video to MP3, you then paste the web address in there, and it'll download into an MP3, and then you just drag that into your editing software, whether it's Filmora or whatever, right? So that's how I do it. I want to thank Iron Cross Racing for turning me on to that one video, 4K Video to MP3. Great product.
Yeah, I use a website similar to that. I copy and paste the YouTube video, and it just converts it to an MP3. And I just save that to the drive, drop it into my video editing, and it all works out well. But I'm not using copyright music. I'm using copyright-free music, so I really don't have much to worry about.
It's good. No, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm guilty of using some. I've used some Joe Satriani. I found some Eagles. Actually, I got really lucky and found an Eagles song.
Somebody told me once that if you keep it under 10 seconds, it won't register.
I don't know. I've heard under 24, like 23.99 or something. Somebody even said that in the side chat. I heard that too before.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I never really. It depends. A lot of it depends on the song. It depends on the coding. It depends on where you get the song. Some of it don't have the electronic stuff to make it show up or something, or YouTube don't catch it. Because I used to use copyrighted music, popular songs all the time, but it depends on the song and where I got it.
Makes sense.
Back in the day, it was a lot of torrents and shit. So a lot of that didn't necessarily have whatever that, you know, that digital data that broadcast that song or whatever. But yeah, now I just use Epidemic. I stopped playing with all that. I just pay every month and go to Epidemic Sound, because I like being able to just pick whatever, and I like, because you can go by mood and mood, genre, whatever, into where that's part of it, right? Like music sets the tone, it sets the mood a lot of time for video, right? And that's what it is. That's what helps it a lot if you use it in the right place. So I think that kind of helped my vlogs. Is once I signed up for them, because other than that, yeah, I used to do all kind of different stuff. It was difficult. It was hard to come up with. And
I used to use that YouTube music, and then I watched another creator, and every single one of the songs that I've used in one video was in his videos. And at that moment, I decided to go with Epidemic, and it's just changed the way, in a good way, changed the way my videos sound.
Exactly.
And look,
exactly, because again, you can set the mood with music, right? And so, yeah, and then you're able to, you know, like a funny scene, you're able to find some whimsical or silly, you know, you can go by the mood, the genre, or the mood and all that, like I'm saying. So that's important for your video. It helps set the tone a lot. I mean, you see TV and movies do it all the time. So yeah, I agree with you with that one. That changed like everything. It changed the way I shoot. It changed a lot, you know, compared to just using just regular music, you know. So plus you can like get parts of the song. You don't have to just get the whole instrumental. You can get just the horns or just that guitar. It's pretty slick.
I mean, we're running the risk here of sounding like an advertisement for Epidemic.
Yeah, exactly. We're not paid by them.
Honestly, it's really, really amazing. So I've enjoyed it. So
man, you know what? That's why I love these live casts, is because this is something that I wasn't aware of. Epidemic. It sounds like a lot of people are, but I'm not.
Well, a lot of the bigger YouTubers are on a lot of that. Matter of fact, that's the only thing that annoys me a little. I'm to the point now, I've heard about 4 songs that I use in these bigger YouTubers channels. And I'm like, damn it, I used it. But the good part, and not saying it just because it's me, I use the song better almost every time. Like those guys just, no, for real. That's what I'm saying. Not saying it's just me. They just got an instrumental and they just played it in the background and it just ran for the video. That's not, you know what I mean? And so it didn't necessarily match the video. It didn't match the tone. It didn't match the mood he's trying to put it. You just threw an instrumental in. So there's a difference. The way I used it, it was the mood of that song. And it was a mood. Usually certain scenes had certain moods and certain emotions. And it was tied into that scene.
Like that I used to get music from, and it goes with power, depth, and movements and moods. So you can just pick the mood that you're in, an exciting car chase or something like that, and it'll get a list of
exactly.
Yeah.
Or like epic, like, you know, when you come into the bike reveal or something, you can pick like epic music. They got crazy strings or something, or, you know, it's just, it helps out a lot. I recommend later when you get a little more serious, if you're really more serious about your audio, signing up for a program like that, because you don't have to worry about it. I mean, it does cost, but I used to go through a lot of hassles trying to get music, and I definitely couldn't get the mood and all that stuff that I wanted. So
yeah, I want to read a comment that Serafina sent out here. She is mentioning one called, where was it? She says www.goldwave.com. This will record from your channel source when playing vid, sound, etc. via loopback. No loss from the original played sound via MP3 compression. Okay, cool. So that's goldwave.com. That's another resource that we can use.
Just use Africa by Toto in every video.
Now I'm going to have that song in my head for the rest of the night. Thanks, Captain.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, sometimes there's going to be misunderstandings, just like there is in any family, any friendship. People aren't always going to agree on stuff. And, you know, the thing that I love about a motor vlogger community is a lot of us realize, man, we're in this for a long haul. This is a long haul thing. So if you took a pen and drew a long line on a piece of paper and you said, today I'm here, and this is 5 or 10 years out, that thing that you might have with somebody, it's a little dot on that, you know, and you're not going to let a little dot on that line, you know, throw you off your game. I know that there are some people who they hit a wall or they get a comment. There's a dude out there, and I don't know if he's going to be listening to this, but he's just a troll. And I think his name's Jeff Tillman. I'll just throw it out there. And I think,
yes,
you know,
yes.
you know what I'm
I know him. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I'm bringing it up, and now that clicked me off because it was on one of your recent videos, and he said something like, "Oh, I wish you would just stay on the bike." He said the exact same thing to a very dear friend of mine, right? As well, and I'm like, who is this dude? So we're not going to let stuff like that ruin our good times out here.
Exactly.
It was nuts, and I've seen him do it on other channels as well, and it can even be between people who create videos. It can be between you and a sub or something like that. You know, people are just trolls, though.
Well, yeah, I think what you're just saying too kind of goes back to Instagram fails. One thing that I like about my channel, or that I try to do on my channel as much as possible, is keep it positive. And sometimes I'll get comments that are negative, like Jeff's, or somebody will call my bike a girl's bike, or somebody will say I'm using "so" at the beginning of a sentence, and I'll post it on Instagram. And I realized how negative that was, and how that didn't promote the community around my channel or on Instagram at all. So I decided to stop doing that recently. Just realized how that wasn't very proactive. So yeah, associated with the Instagram fails, I definitely want to keep things positive. So yeah, try to avoid getting frustrated by people like Jeff.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that's what they want to do, is frustrate you. They see that maybe you're doing something good or something cool, and they want to take you out of that game or throw you off. They get some kind of, enjoyment out of that. And that's in real life too. I'm sure you've all probably seen it either at work or even in family situations. People are just going to do that. There's jerks everywhere.
Your time's
you'll always cross a path. You'll always cross a path with somebody with a bad day. So I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah, you're going to cross paths with somebody who has a bad day. You're exactly right. What were you saying, Wiggs?
I was just going to say your time's better spent than arguing with someone over negativity. Make the next good piece of content in spite of them or the feeling it gave you. Go out and do better. Like, you win by continuing and growing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I saw something that said living well is the best revenge.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's
like
it.
that.
Yeah. Living well is the best revenge. Cool. Go ahead, Rocket.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, even though the level we was talking about longevity, some of that we was talking about numbers. I talked about that in the video. For me, just still being here, I'm kind of almost the beginning of this. You know what I mean? And so after a while, okay, well, yeah, these certain people, maybe you hated on me, did whatever, but I'm still here. Like, most people are gone, like, from my era. You know what I mean? Like, that's why, again, I was excited to see this whole new movement and all that, because for you heard me in the beginning, out of us, we thought motovlogging was dead because most of the people from our era all disappeared, so yeah, for me, that's the biggest win right there. I'm still here.
That's right. Well, you're still here, and one of the reasons probably is because you keep it fresh. You change things up from time to time, and that keeps you interested. It keeps other people interested.
I mean, yeah, that's just my chase again. Like we saying, that strive for perfection, and just again, you do got to like what you do. I was watching today them talking about people leaving YouTube because YouTube is screwing so many. If you're monetized, you can get screwed big time, right? So, but again, it's my point. If you're in here for the money, then you would want to just leave, because there's limited money here, and if you even get a little money, it's only so finite amount of time because they're trying to kill dollars for the little guy. You got to do it because you love it, and that is where it would come back to community. You got to be on here because you want to be interactive or be a part of some community, because it can't be about the money. It can't be about that, because it's not much here, or it's going to take you a long time to get money. And if you're not, again, loving what you do, I doubt if you'll stick it out for those years and years it may take for you to blow up. You know what I mean?
That's right, man. You're right.
I wanna ride those coattails for a second, because Moto Ricardo, who I think is not in the comments anymore, I think he left. He had to go, but he made a comment about not feeling motivated, and this challenge that I put out in my last video about being creative, being more creative, finding a way to get out of that rut or whatever is a great idea to help motivate you, to keep you motivated. So yeah, I mean, you're spot on about the community. You're spot on about being creative, and to do that, you gotta keep challenging yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got to be a reason you're doing it besides money, I guess. I mean,
Hell yeah.
you got to do it because you love it first. Yeah, the money will come if you know, but because you're not gonna get any of that. Mine is the pure obsession. I mean, mine is like a problem. I ain't really being honest on how I am on this YouTube shit. Y'all have no idea. I got like problems. I'm either gonna put a video out there. It's gonna be called YouTube is ruining my life. Put it that way. It's
I've spent way more money than I've made.
Yeah,
sure.
It's being over dramatic, but it's overall as far as my time and my mind and where my mind is at. And again, I be having shit to do. I need to be doing laundry. I need to be doing this. I'm like, no, I got to edit. I got to film. I got my upload tomorrow. I got to, you know what I mean? And like, or I got to learn this. I'm trying to learn this, and it's like, yeah, it's. I'm obsessed. So for me, it's easy to stay motivated. Like, I haven't really dropped out because when I disappeared, I disappeared because I started another channel. I started a drone channel and I was doing FPV. You know what I mean? And so I didn't really stop making videos most of this time. So because I love it, like I say. So
hey, I want to bring up a comment that Bubba Texas put in the chat, and it's very valid. He says it's not so much motivation as it is seeing videos you produce not gain views.
mm-hmm.
I know we've all probably been there at some point, which is you put time and effort into a video, you edit it, you put the music to it, you know, you went out there and shot it, you put it out, and maybe you just put it out on the wrong day. Maybe you put it out where everybody was at work. Maybe you put it out who knows what. But we all hit that, you know, where you put out that video and you're like, dang. You mean like, the first hour I got 2 views and one of them was mine?
It's like a lot of things in life, though. It's an opportunity to learn from what works, you know? You know, take that. Yes, that is discouraging, and I have definitely been there before, a lot. But use that opportunity to figure out what you could do better the next time.
You know, I still think that my channel is in the baby steps of growing. So I'm gonna make my mistakes now while my channel's small and change my channel however I feel it needs to be. But it's still growing now. To make a big mistake while the channel's small is the time to do it now. I don't want to make a big mistake later on because the impact would be huge, right?
Great point. Great point. And hell, even if you make a mistake when your channel is bigger, when you've already reached 1,000 subscribers or you're at 2,500 or whatever, that's okay too, because that is a moment to learn as well and to make the next video better. But yes, that is a great point. When you're small, that's a growing phase.
Yeah, learn your channel. Don't rush it. And I mean, you know, making money is not even in the scope of reality for me. If somebody came along and told me you'll never ever make money no matter how big or successful you are at YouTube, I would still keep doing it.
Yeah, there you go. Same.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I would tell them, yep, I know.
I mean, even when they told me the monetization policies, I know, because there's no way I can get 240,000 watch minutes. That's just not going to happen unless I go viral. And I don't think I have the type of videos that go viral. So actually, I won't go viral because I already got copyright shit. My intro's copyright every time. So regardless, I don't get promoted. I don't get any of that stuff. So again, that's where I had another video. I gave up on all that. I'm not really on that stage of trying to grow the channel, really. Like, you know, because I've been here again a while and I'm to the point I'm just trying to make videos, man. I'm just trying to enjoy my craft. And if it happened, it happened, you know, but I used to be on that. I did the whole YouTube thing and the you know, because I do like the marketing side of it. I like learning how to push that and grow a brand and all that. But after a while, it started being too much and it starts being just beside the point. The point is make good content. You know what I mean? And you forget about that, chasing them numbers, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious. How many of you had YouTube slap your hand for copyright stuff? Has anybody?
I mean, I got, like I said, I get a notice, not a strike, but for my intro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's every video. So at that point, it's not able to be monetized
every time.
Huh? Yeah, you get the email every time. The moment it processes, I get an email that says this contains copyrighted music. In theory, if I was to go like we were talking about earlier, if I was to get monetized, it'd be ads popping up, and they would get the money for that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's just, again, I don't care about the copyright, and so the other penalty is that the videos will never get promoted though, because if you put that stuff in there, it can't be monetized. So at that point, YouTube won't promote. They don't really promote videos if it can't be monetized. Again,
okay, yeah, I got that notice one time.
Yeah, they screw small guys again on big levels of that type of stuff. Like anything that's not really able to be monetized, YouTube ain't really messing with it. You know what I mean? On the level of pushing your video or promoting it and put it in that suggested videos. That's what it's all about. And so if like I say, if you do copywritten music, or again, if your views are a certain way, or I ain't gonna say which way you lean in, but if you lean in a certain way and it's not the same way as YouTube is going, then they'll demonetize that video too. So, or it won't be able to be monetized. So yeah, again, you got to do it again because you love it, because they got some serious censorship going right now. If you know, with the like I said, it's not just monetization, but those rules still apply to us, and they still won't promote your video, and you have a hard time growing.
Well, YouTube might as well tell you what to create and how to create it.
That's where they're at. Yeah, they're pretty much almost there. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Hey, just a couple quick comments before we move on to the next. Captain Granite, and these are random, man. I'm just going to jump around. Captain Granite says, I said this earlier, but for all newer motor vloggers starting out, don't fall for the illusion that compilation channels show you. Don't go out and provoke content. Oh, that's a good one, man.
I love that comment. I mean, so many people believe that you need to be negative to have success. Don't fall into that. Stick with the positive messages that you put out, and you'll still have success.
JMax707, I've never had a hard strike, but I have like 5 videos that have a copyright notice. So the person that owns the music or whatever can run ads on your vid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's a good point. Chuckster, YouTube is like everything else in did I miss it?
It went up.
Or was it?
Look at the metrics.
YouTube is like everything else in life. Look at the metrics and ask yourself the questions. Did this vid do better than the last vid, and why or why not? I like that. Because what you're doing is you're only comparing your own videos to your own videos, nobody else's. That's good. I like that. I like that.
Don't worry about the numbers. Worry about the why.
Yeah, worry about the why. Right. Right.
Oh, and there's another number that will matter. Actually, if you want to talk about numbers that matter. So I'll still be not talk about numbers, but click-through rate. That's actually one of the most important numbers on here. So, and where that comes from is your thumbnail. Thumbnails are extremely important. That you need a poppy, high contrast thumbnail with nice big letters or something that grabs people's attention. And after a while, you especially like try to get your own type font or on something similar to where when people see that font, they notice it. But that's what one of the things that the algorithm looks at is that, again, however many times it'll show impressions, however many times that a thumbnail was shown, and then the percentage that it was clicked. And there's some math on it, but they call it the click-through rate. And that's one of them that they look at to decide, first of all, it's showing that that people will click it. And of course, after that, it's like retention, right? Is how long people watch your videos. That's even more important. You already know views barely matter. Watch time is kind of important, but retention is probably number 2, I think. Yeah. So it's the click-through rate, your thumbnail, and the audience retention.
And I want to kind of back up something that Randy and I have talked about. Randy's rides. And I love talking to Randy's rides about stuff because he is so creative. And, you know, being creative means you're going to be different. So when you're looking at other people's videos, I think that there is a danger in watching too many YouTube videos. Because that danger of watching too many YouTube videos, that becomes your norm, and that becomes what you think videos are supposed to be. And so it reminds me of, you know, back in the day when people first started moto vlogging, and then you ended up with a bunch of people who did nothing but videos of first person on their motorcycle.
Yeah.
And that became the norm because that's what they thought it was supposed to be. You had other people who, you know, went off in different directions, or people who are new to the game. It's like I tell people at work, the most valuable people in our company are the new hires because they're coming in with fresh eyes and ears. And so they're going to show us like some new stuff because they don't know what they're not supposed to do. But if you watch too many videos, if you watch too many bad videos or too many of the same type of videos, put it that way, because there are no bad videos. People put work into it, and everyone's at a different stage. But just fight the urge to be like everybody else. Let me jump over to upcoming events just real quick. There's something somebody mentioned to me called Veterans for Veterans. And they build bikes for veterans. This is an amazing organization. You guys should check them out. Another upcoming event. Of course, we've all been talking about the Adam Sandoval event that's coming up in October. I'll be there. A lot of other people are going to be there. I saw that Blacktop Devil is going to be there. Roll Tide 530. Some of the Mama Mafias out there. I know that Motorcycle Mama will be out there as well. Any of you guys have any upcoming events that you want to promote?
Yes.
Yes, let's talk about it.
CMM in Calgary coming up on, I believe, July 27th. So they have SCMM in the States. That's big. That's huge. So this is our first year, the Canadian Motovlogger Meetup on, so if you, Prairie Rides is sort of setting this one up. And so yeah, Calgary, we're gonna go, I believe it's July 27th. That's a Friday. Then we're gonna do a ride out from Calgary to Lake Louise and back. So it's gonna be first year, kind of small. I'm guessing about 20 of us are gonna show up there. Filthy's gonna be there. I'm probably gonna be there. I'm doing my best. And then there's a handful of other great Canadian motovloggers. So we're working on getting a bunch of us out there to start the Canadian Motovlogger Meetup thing.
Awesome. The 333 says, man, we need some East Coast MVC stuff. Dead out here. 333, organize that, man. I mean, I'll throw it out to Joe. Joe, talk to us about what you guys are up to out there, how you organized it. The 333 is talking about organizing something in the East, that they need something in the East. Talk about what you and D-Cycle and the guys are up to.
Yeah, so building on that desire for community, to strengthen the community, D-Cycle and I started chatting mainly because we've enjoyed the connections that we've made with everybody that's surrounding our community. And we wanted to take that from the online format to in person, because that's, for me, that's where things are most valuable. When I can ride with my buds, when I can chat in person with about what we're doing. So we organized the Midwest Moto Meetup, and that's going to be September 13th through the 16th. And that's going to be about an hour north of St. Louis. This is in D-Cycle's neck of the woods. We decided in that location because it's kind of a central area, easy to get to for a lot of different people. So through my Patreon, I'm using every dollar that's donated through Patreon to make camping free for everybody. And this goes along the same lines of the generosity of both the community that's developed. So camping's going to be free. We're going to have rides. We're going to have raffles. We have about 6 different sponsors right now. I wish I had the list right in front of me. But if you go to www.greateegretmoto.com/web/MMM2019, you'll be able to register for camping. It'll be free for you, and you'll be able to connect with all of us in September. And it's gonna be so much fun to finally get to meet in person everybody that I've connected with through this online community.
Awesome.
Very.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind putting the link in the description of this once you edit it, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely, Joe. I'll do that. Cool.
Tom, a couple of people mentioned that the West Virginia Moto Meetup is this next weekend.
West Virginia Moto Meetup?
Yep, the 29th, I think they said.
Okay. So the 29th, that's Saturday. I'm just looking at my calendar up here.
Yeah.
In West Virginia. I was just in West Virginia last week. Shoot, I'm a week late. A week early. Okay, cool. Let's move on. I think we're coming to our last one. The best vloggers you've never heard of. So I'm going to pop over into my Instagram. There's a guy that I've been watching lately. I just want to throw his name out there. He's not even on the channel tonight. But the best motor vloggers you've never heard of. Here in the background, I have a picture of Harley Rose, motorcycle dog, and Mike. Harley Rose actually rides on this bike. This dude, he puts out some of the craziest videos I've seen, actually. He doesn't put out a lot, but he's put out some crazy ones. How about you guys? You got anybody that you want to send a shout out to?
Damn it. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Hold on. I got to get my...
Okay. Mary, I know you reach out to a lot of people out there in the community as well. Who are some people that you've come across lately that you think that the crew should know about?
Well, Wind and Wrenches is one that I mentioned earlier. They are brand new. They only have probably 4 or 5 videos out. They are going to be putting some more moto vlog videos out as well. And then the one that I mentioned earlier, Adrenaline Rocks, I think they're still in the side chat, is one that I found just today. So I'll be watching some more of their videos.
Okay, cool.
So one way I discovered D-Cycle was I think his second video that he put out way back, like over a year ago, and made that connection. I want to do the same thing for Kid Moto 22 right now. A lot of you probably know him already. He just uploaded a really personal video about why he named his channel Kid Moto 22 and why he uses that on Instagram. And he's releasing topics in his videos that's very personal, something that probably took me 8 months to do on my channel. I had not so personal things on my channel until my Route 66 series. So I'm really proud of him for releasing that video. So definitely go check out Kid Moto 22.
That was an awesome video.
Wasn't it?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I totally cried at that one, to be honest.
I'll admit it too. I did too.
Wow.
I'm not afraid to admit that.
I got to go check that one out.
It was great.
So here's one that you guys should check out. It's moto.maverick. Moto.maverick. He's on Instagram, so you might want to check him out there first. Moto.maverick. I don't know if you can see this. I hope you can, but I love what he posted. This is just like a sample of what he does. It's a picture of him, and what it says is, when you're more than willing to whore you and your bike out for free shit.
Nice.
He's just kidding, but it's he says, do you want ridiculously positive reviews on your products? If so, I'm your Huckleberry. Hint, this is a joke. Don't be sensitive. Good stuff. Dude's kind of new, but he's got a good attitude, man. Moto.maverick. Go check him out. All right, cool. Anybody else have anything before we wrap it up? I think we're good. I'm going to go check the side chat real quick. I think
That's what I'm doing. I'm reading.
Everyone's still out there doing their thing. It's really cool to have these live cast guys. I really appreciate everyone coming on. Each and every one of you. I mean, you guys are really important to me. You probably don't realize it, but when I send a notice out and saying, hey, do you guys want to be a part of this? And you say yes. Every single time I get that yes back, I always say, oh, awesome. I'm getting this person on. So I really do appreciate it. You know, like we always say, it's all about supporting each other and everything we do. Any of you guys out there in the side chat who ever have a question, feel free to reach out to anybody in this community. Reach out to me, reach out to Joe, Rocket, Mary, Jiggy, Wigsley, everybody on this channel. The last thing I want to bring up, Ice Spike all the way from Australia. Ice Spike, thank you for coming out, brother. He wants to shout out the 2 Kiwi riders, Skid Pig and Smitty Independent. Of course, he's bringing it for Australia and New Zealand. Speaking of Skid Pig and those guys, they have something, and J-Mac's out there in the house right now. They've got Project Redfoot. Project Redfoot, been a long time. They've got their Braptown crew. And I love what the Braptown crew has done is on Fridays, Friday afternoons, Friday evenings, I should say, they have their videos coming out back to back to back. And, you know, you'll be able to see more about it coming up. I would go over and check out their Instagram channels as well. They promote them pretty well. But, yeah, man, I think that what you guys are doing, they call it the Hour of Power, and it's really cool. I think some other people may, you know, kind of do some similar type of things in the future because it's just such a darn good idea. I mean, you guys are really a tight-knit group, and we love what you guys are doing out there. Cool. All right, guys. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I might leave the chat up for a little while, but I'm going to turn my camera off, but I might leave the chat up for a little bit because I know you guys are out there having a good time, and I'm going to chat with you on there as well. You know, I just want to say again, I appreciate all you guys coming out here and supporting this. I know that everybody working together is just going to lift all ships. And one of these days right now, I mean, a lot of us are at 400, 500, maybe 100. Some people are just getting started. But as we come up, it's so important to reach out to those people that are just starting and help them out. I remember when somebody did that for me, and it just meant the absolute world to me. So, cool.
Yeah, Tom, you actually, you did that. I think you reached out to me when I had like 25 subscribers, and that was like all friends and family. And
yeah,
Tom reached out to me in like a private message and said, hey, I see you. I like what you're doing. I'm doing this thing that evolved into what we're talking about today with the hashtag support growing into the Supportmvc. And I want to thank you, Tom, for having me here and for reaching out to me in the first place, man. That was, I think you were my first non-friends and family subscriber. And I'm really glad to be a part of this community, man. So thank you so much.
Dude, that means a lot. That's why we do this thing. So let's keep paying it forward. The best way we can pay it forward is find those diamonds in the rough. You know, anytime I bring up a YouTuber or a vlogger like Wigsley Two Wheels, and I recommend them and I talk about them on one of these casts, it's only because I've looked at them and I know that this is somebody who has got good stuff coming up. You know, you're not great right out of the cage, but you can see those diamonds in the rough. So just give them some encouragement, man. Bring them up, pull them up, and let's get them involved.
If you guys are on the channel, comment below, because Blacktop Devil says they need you to comment so that they can see your channels. So if you haven't commented in the side chat, do that so that they can find your channels.
Everybody comment all at once.
Okay.
Let me tell you this as well. So in the comment on the side chat, those side chats are going to go away after we end our live stream. So what you want to do is, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, you can leave a permanent comment. Left-hand side on the bottom. Yeah.
And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up.
That's right.
Yeah, because there's like 22 thumbs down right now. Somebody said, "Thank y'all for coming." Yeah.
Thanks for views, guys. Appreciate that.
That's
One
right.
of those is for me.
That's
Okay,
right.
cool.
Well, let's see. You know what? Here's what's interesting. 39 thumbs up and 22 thumbs down, but I think we only had 45 people watching, so the math doesn't work out. But anyway,
That's crazy.
someone's got multiple channels that they're starting up just to troll, but that's okay. We like it.
And you have to remind the people too that are watching live, don't forget to go over and click that thumbs up button, because I know sometimes when I watch live streams, I forget to do that, and I go back later and try and do that. So don't forget, click the thumbs up.
Good point.
True. That's true. So guys, like we say, hey, look, use that hashtag Supportmvc. Amazing way to connect with other people. Before I wrap this up, I just want to remind everyone, if you want other people to see your channels and know that you're a creator, comment on the video itself, not just in the live chat, because all that's going to go away. So pop back on the video, comment on the channel, and then you'll be able to all connect that way. Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for having us,
Thanks,
Tom.
Tom. Really appreciate it, man. This is a lot of fun.
Guys, thank you, each and every one. Thanks, guys.
Lots of fun.
Good night, everyone.
Peace out.